There are no such things as limits or obstacles, only opportunities. Step into the greatest version of yourself because what you do matters. Shift your narrative. You're listening to Opportunity Makers, where entrepreneurs come to take their purpose-driven business to the next level. Here's your host, Jim Padilla.
Welcome to the Opportunity Makers podcast. It's the show that provides insights, ideas, connections to business leaders and pioneers seeking to thrive in a contracting market. Join us as we explore the strategies, tips, techniques for creating exponential opportunities in areas of investing, coaching, consulting, and business growth, featuring all kinds of insights and strategy and data on things you haven't even thought about in growing your business, including fantastic interviews, exclusive interviews with people who are leaders of industry in business and entrepreneurship, including such names as Kevin Harrington from Shark Tank, Mark Victor Hansen from Chicken Soup for the Soul, the incomparable Les Brown, and many, many more. And I can't wait to share those with you as they roll through here in the podcast and the interviews. Let me tell you a little bit about me, because you're wondering, why am I here and why should you be listening? Well, my name's Jim Padilla, and I'm a global impact strategist. And my wife and I and our team, we spend our time diving into companies to provide system strategy, support sales teams to bring opportunities that connect you to the people that you serve in your communities and around the world. And right here is going to share you a little bit more about what happens with the kind of work that we do when people actually do hire us, just so you have a little bit of insight on what that can be like. As a lifelong entrepreneur, I have always been a visionary, the person who dreams, strategizes, creates solutions to problems, and has ideas to bring businesses forward.
Jim is the visionary, and I am the brains and catalyst for expansion in our organization. After a long career in retail leadership, I realized I wanted a new challenge. This challenge presented itself as a business filled with passion and service, not only for our clients, but for the people that are transforming their lives with their products and services.
In 2014, after delivering $1 million launch, we decided that assisting other entrepreneurs by creating high-level sales teams to boost their sales was the path that we wanted to follow. Since then, Gain the Edge has provided strategies and elite sales teams to hundreds of entrepreneurs to generate more than $250 million worth of launches, events, and sales campaigns.
We provide solutions that free the business owners from having to spend their time generating leads and running sales in their businesses.
We analyze the sales flow, build tailor-made strategies along with their sales team to expand their reach and their revenue.
For most of our prospective clients, it's hard for them to believe that someone from outside of their business can step into their company and understand their audience.
It's hard for them to grasp that someone can sell the way that they can, or even better. Most people believe that their leads are better than they actually are. And most salespeople just think that they're better than they really are.
We provide the magic that improves all of that. After going through a primary analysis, our team will work together hand in hand with our clients to provide consistent, qualified booked appointments. We build systems and processes to ensure the sales team follows up from the first call to the completion of the sale.
Our team's sole responsibility is that revenue is generated every day.
So if you are a mid-6 to 7-figure entrepreneur that is committed to scaling and has recognized that it is not the best use of your time to be the head of sales and run a sales team,
reach out to us at jimp360.com. Schedule your sales team assessment call and determine how we can scale your business with our high-performing sales teams. So an opportunity maker is somebody who spends their time serving people for the greater good. Someone who is striving for more. Somebody who is always seeking to provide as much possible resource as possible. I've always been an opportunity maker, and it's something that's always been in my lexicon and in my vision, because I've always seen that the best way that you can provide great impact in the world is really trying to connect the dots from people who need solutions to the solutions that are provided for them, as well as connecting through relationships and networks. It's amazing. I see how many people live in the world in a transactional environment, and transaction is great. It's necessary. Transaction is living in the moment. But when you start creating opportunities, when you start living as an opportunity maker, which we'll be unpacking, my objective here for you is to witness opportunity makers as I bring them to you in interviews. And you'll be seeing the way that they impact the world around them by creating opportunities for themselves and others, and then completing the cycle by creating opportunity makers below them. So if you're at a place where you're creating opportunities for people who are creating opportunities for others, then you'll start creating a cycle that is never ending. And it's something that becomes self-perpetuating, self-fulfilling. And then the world gets a lot smaller and much more interconnected. And the people who lean in to all of the problems that seem to be falling from the sky in our world that we live in right now, where the media is driving fear and doubt and anxiety all around us. Well, you don't want to be circling the wagons. Circling the wagons is a dangerous place to be, because when you circle the wagons, then what you do is you take what you have and you're literally just squeezing onto it and hoping it doesn't run out. But when you lean in to the problems that are around you and you start creating opportunity and seeking solution, then you start optimizing and maximizing those problems and those opportunities. You start finding ways through and to. And so immediately your perspective changes, because you start seeing what is possible and what needs to be in play and who else needs to be involved, right? And you're going to start finding that you see things differently and you attack problems differently. And then you become a person who doesn't see obstacles, you only see opportunities. And the more that occurs, then the more you become in charge of your environment. And my ultimate goal is that you are at choice everywhere that you are, and that you are never a victim to the circumstances around you, but you're the one who creates the circumstances for you and other people. I'm a Christian. You'll learn, more about that. We'll have some Bible talk at times. We'll be talking about God and what's going on in the world and in the kingdom. But I've always been very drawn to story of Joseph in the Bible. And basically he's, somebody who was called on, got a vision by God, shared it, and his brothers were terrified because they basically saw themselves being put into second place. Like, how dare this kid, our youngest brother, have a big grandiose vision? And so they immediately responded in fear, and they kidnapped him, they threw him in a pit, and then they sold him to a slave trade, and then he was gone, off and rolling. And they were never, as far as they knew, they were never going to hear from him again. And ultimately, if you know anything about the story, he ends up becoming number one in all of Egypt, second in command, overseeing Pharaoh's kingdom, because he was able to take some action. I won't spoil the story for you. Make sure you go read it in Genesis. But he became a person who was in charge and in command, and he didn't know, right, what was happening here. He just knew that he was serving God loyally, and all of these things kept happening that were basically taking him off track. But one thing led to another, and pretty soon he became the ultimate opportunity maker in all the land of Egypt, because he was overseeing all of I'm trying to think of the word now, all of the food sources, all of the distribution and everything that was going on in the world, the whole kingdom, everywhere they were, the world ended up in a famine for 7 years. And it was first 7 years of feast, which then led to 7 years of famine. And again, all orchestrated by God through these opportunities for Joseph. And what ends up happening is he becomes the person who is feeding the whole kingdom, and his brothers come back and his family comes back because they end up needing what he's got. And this became the way that God fulfilled on this vision, right? So the similarity in this is not that I see myself anointed by God like Joseph in the Bible, but I have always fancied myself a bit of an opportunity maker in that same vein, and the ability to open up the storehouses. An opportunity maker is somebody who can see opportunities, see something on the landscape that doesn't just serve you, but you can move to the opportunity and then through it into other people. And so just like our outsourced sales organization as one of the divisions of our company, we provide opportunities for other salespeople, for other sales teams, other sales leaders. We partner. We have a network of companies that we partner with people in and put operators in place so that they have the opportunities to grow the business, and we grow it through them while we consult and advise, right? Everything that we do, we're always looking at how this can be an opportunity for somebody else who can then create an opportunity inside that business model for other people that can be beneficial for them, the communities that they serve, and the world around them at large. And my goal is that on this journey to inspire you to be the same, so that you can start seeing that when you step in and lean in and start grabbing and seizing the moment, seizing the opportunities around you, that you become the leader, you become the go-to, you become known as the expert in your space for the thing that you do and the problem that you solve and for the people you serve. And they all start looking to you. They start coming to you to say, great, how can you help and where can we go? Because too many people, they want to know, they really want to solve their problems, but they just don't have all of the solutions and you do, because of your expertise, because of your knowledge, because of the skill set, the products and services that you provide, and the connections that you bring. And that's what this journey is all about on the Opportunity Maker podcast. You're going to learn much more about that. We're going to dive into different strategies, different things and tactics in the marketplace. And we're going to be sharing insights from some of the greatest business minds in business that exist, so that you can see what are they doing, what opportunities are they taking advantage of, that you might not be seeing because you're so caught up possibly in the day-to-day grind of trying to survive in the world. And we want to make sure that we're clearing out the clutter of the fear and the doubt and the anxiety that could be existing, and putting in hope and opportunity and aspiration, so that you see there is nothing but more moves to make, more opportunities to take, and more people to serve, because the game is going to change for you and because of you and through you to other people. No, welcome to the journey with us here at the Opportunity Makers podcast. Make sure you like and subscribe. Check us out at all the places that you listen to podcasts. We also have video on YouTube. Make sure you subscribe there and buckle up, because we're gonna have a lot of great opportunities for you to dig into and see. And we're also going to challenge you a bit, so that we can help mold some things, smooth out some rough edges, and present things in front of you that you may not have thought of before. So we would love to hear from you. Please make sure you send us a message. Check us out in the show notes. There's ways to contact us there. We always want to know what you're thinking about what we're sharing, and what other things would you like us to be sharing, so that we can serve you better, right? I'm always here excited to be able to be part of your success team, and I can't wait to serve you as we move on this journey.
Thanks for joining us on this week's episode of Opportunity Makers. Head on over to gaintheedgenow.com to connect with Jim and his team. And remember, there's no such thing as limits or obstacles, only opportunities.